Hey guys, so today we're checking out the Pro Series LED taillights with the jet black housing and the smoke blends, fitting all 2014 to 2018 Silverado and Sierra 1500s with the factory halogen taillights. So if you're not a fan of your factory taillights when it comes to the style or the lighting performance, or you have a damaged or fogged up taillight and you're looking for an overall upgrade, then these will be a set that you'll want to check out. And these will offer a big upgrade in styling with an all black housing and a smoke lens, perfect for anybody who wants more of a blacked out look and wants some sleeker styling to their Silverado. Not to mention, these will have a tough polycarbonate lens on the front, so if you do take your truck off-road or on the work site, you can ensure that these will hold up better than the factory ones. Now, in taking a closer look at the taillight build, you'll see that you have 4 LED light bars that will illuminate in a fiber optic effect right up at the top of the taillight here. Now those will be for your running lights, so whenever you have your daytime running lights or your headlights are on, those will illuminate in a red color, which will give the truck a big style upgrade, especially contrasted with the gloss black housing on the inside. Now in the center or in between those light bars are going to be smaller red LEDs that will be incredibly bright to make you more noticeable, of course, when driving around on the street for safety, but also a more modernized look in comparison to your factory halogen lights. Now down at the bottom here, you're going to have a large red reflector, and you're also going to get a housing for your reverse light, which will be swapped over from your factory taillights. Not to mention, these will be completely plug and play, giving them a pretty straightforward install. So if you flip it over here, you'll see that all of these are pre-configured and pre-wired for you and will plug right into your factory light socket, giving it an OEM style fit. These are also going to be DOT and SAE approved to keep a little bit of peace of mind when you add these to your Silverado. Now when it comes to pricing, these will come in at roughly $350, which is pretty average for a set of LED taillights in the category. Now when comparing these to other choices, these will be more for you if you are a fan of more of a dynamic look and a darker and sleeker approach when it comes to your lighting. Now other options may have different internal light bar designs. They may not have a light bar inside of the taillight itself, so if you like that, this is going to be more up your alley. They also may have a clear or a red lens, or on the inside, they may have a chrome housing for more of a classic look. Not to mention, some more affordable options on the site may not be an LED upgrade. They may have halogen bulbs included in the package, or may not include bulbs at all, just being a housing upgrade. Now overall, if you're looking for a big upgrade in styling, that blacked out look, and of course an upgrade in performance, then these are going to be a great set to check out. Now when it comes to install, I'm going to give this a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Like I said, everything really here is plug and play, so you're going to need some basic hand tools and probably an hour's worth of your time. And one of our installers here is going to show you how to get these onto your Silverado, so that's going to wrap up my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Tools needed for this install are either an electric ratchet or manual ratchet, a T25 bit, a T15 bit, and a plastic pry bar. All right, hey guys, I'm going to be showing you how to install taillights on your 2014-2018 Silverado here. We're going to start first by uninstalling our stock taillights. All right, first step we're going to need to take with your tailgate down, you're going to want to undo these 2 Torx bolts right here. All right, so these are T15 bolts. We're going to use our electric ratchet here. You can use a regular ratchet or whatever you got on hand. Just going to start on the top one here. Take it right out. Do the same thing right here on the bottom. You're going to want to hold this taillight when you do it so it doesn't fall out of the truck. I also like to have a place to put those bolts. So once you've got them out, light's just going to come sliding right out. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to twist out our connectors here, keeping the bulbs intact. Just twist them to your right if you're standing where I'm at. Take them out like that. You can let this hang for a second. Now we do have these 2 clips here on the taillight. Ours have been taken out quite a bit, so yours might need a little bit of assistance to come out. You can use just a little plastic pry bar to pull these out from the bed of the truck. And once you've got this out, you can go ahead and set it aside. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take out the top and bottom bulbs here. So this one is just going to come right out. Same with this one on the bottom. And we are going to retain this middle one for the reverse light. All right, now that we've got our stock tail light off, we're going to have to transfer these plugs over from the original tail light to the new one. So all you're going to need to do that is a Torx T25 bit and a ratchet. If you're using an electric ratchet for the rest of this, I would suggest using a manual one for this part, just because this is all plastic on the housing, so you don't want to crack that. So you're just going to take that ratchet, have it turn the right way, and just undo this bolt. And the bolt is going to stay with the plug. We're just going to go over here, pop it right on. I usually try to get these started by hand, especially because it is plastic, so I don't want to crack the housing. Okay, once you've got that one down, you're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the one on the bottom. Now these do have little alignment tabs on here that should match up with the spot on the new one. So again, we'll get it started by hand, take our ratchet. Okay, now that we've got those on, we're ready to put the new light on the truck. All right, now that we've got those plugs on, we're gonna go ahead and plug in the lights themselves. So you're gonna take this plug coming out of the light, plug it into the body harness on the truck. Make sure when you do this that you've got the pins aligned properly, otherwise you might get some hyper flashing. So we're gonna go ahead, plug the top one into the top piece of the harness on the truck, and the bottom one is gonna go into this bottom harness here. Once we've got that done, we're gonna have to put these in, and tuck the wires in, and lock these in just like you would your stock lights. So, just like this. We're gonna take our reverse light, and that's gonna go down on the bottom here. And again, we're keeping the bulb from the stock lights as well. Once we've got these locked in and ready to go, we're gonna line up those pins on the holes of the bed of the truck, just like that. Give it a little push, and we're gonna use our original T15 Torx bolts, and we're gonna tighten these down. You may have to give these a little bit of a push to get them aligned properly. Again, I like to start these bolts by hand just to avoid cross-threading issues. Take our ratchet. Once we've got it started, we'll tighten them down. All right, once you've got those snugged up, you're gonna go ahead and repeat that same process on the other side of the truck. That's gonna wrap it up for our review and install of the Pro Series LED taillights with jet black housings and smoke lenses fitting 2014 to 2018 Chevy Silverado 1500s and GMC Sierra 1500s with factory halogen taillights. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, for all things Silverado and Sierra, be sure to keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.